How's it going, everybody? I want to give you guys a heads up on a game leaving the PlayStation Store forever tomorrow. So this is your last chance in picking it up. After that, it is gone. You will never be able to buy it again, but if you do pick it up now, it will be yours to own, and you can delete it, re-download it. You guys know how these things work, so we'll talk all about that. Also, Persona 4 Golden Limited Run Physical Edition pre-orders will be opening up on October 27th. If you're a Persona fan, this is definitely something to keep on your radar. And Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, the next expansion for FF14, has gotten some new information, so we'll also talk about that in a little bit. Alright, so Rocksmith 2014 will be leaving a PlayStation Store and all storefronts starting tomorrow, and DLC will be leaving in subsequent months. As noted on Ubisoft's official page, nearly 10 years ago we launched Rocksmith 2014 and set out on a journey of learning and playing guitar together. Practicing old favorites and discovering new ones along the way, we thank you for an incredible decade, and know a big part of that was being able to feature officially licensed music to learn and play in Rocksmith 2014. Now, as we approach the decade mark, we must remove Rocksmith 2014 for purchase from all digital storefronts as of October 23rd, 2023, so that is in fact tomorrow. DLC packs and singles for Rocksmith 2014 will be removed from those storefronts over time as well. If you already own Rocksmith 2014 or any DLC from Rocksmith 2014, you will still be able to install, download, re-download, play, and use those products. You should experience no change or interruption in your access. If you do not own those products, you will not be able to purchase them digitally once they are removed from the storefronts. Many of you have shared your love for Rocksmith 2014 and its role in helping you with learning guitar, and we're thrilled to be a part of that journey. If you haven't already, we'd love for you to continue your guitar learning and with us through our current product, Rocksmith Plus. That is a monthly subscription service. That's their new Rocksmith service. In the coming months, we're looking to introduce some of the biggest names in metal, rock, R&B, and more to our song library. The delisting, as far as that is concerned, Rocksmith 2014 will be removed from all digital storefronts on October 23rd, with DLC packs and singles to follow over time. Keep an eye on the Rocksmith 2014 in-game news for details. Can you still re-download it? Yes, you'll be able to re-download it. Will delisted songs be removed everywhere? Yes, when Rocksmith 2014 and any associated DLC is delisted, it will be removed from all digital storefronts, including Steam, the Xbox Marketplace, and the PlayStation Store. So there are a bunch of songs that are going to be delisted over time. Some on October 23rd alongside the game, some on October 27th, then November 3rd, then November 10th, and November 17th, and then finally on November 24th. So it's not even over the course of a couple months, it's over the course of just 1 month, and yeah, those songs will all be gone. Rocksmith is actually known to be a very effective tool if you're trying to get into learning guitar. I had a phase a few years ago, I want to say it was like early 2020 or early 2019, where I was really adamant of learning how to play guitar for a little bit, and you know, I picked up an acoustic guitar, and it ended up being one of those phases, kind of like those phases, you know how like the new year starts and people are like, I'm gonna lose 3,000 pounds this year, and it lasts for like 3 weeks, and then, you know, people just fall off. Well, yeah, learning guitar was exactly that for me, but I do want to learn at some point, and I'm actually tempted to pick up Rocksmith 2014 just because people say incredibly good things about it for newbies trying to learn how to play guitar, as far as it being a tool. I've also heard on PC it's really good if you mod it, so keep that in mind. It's $19.99 on the PlayStation Store if you do want to pick it up. The DLC is there as well if you do want to buy that before that gets delisted. I'm not sure. I would imagine that this is because of a licensing agreement expiring. If you guys don't know, generally speaking, with games like this, it's attached to licensing agreements based on, you know, music tracks that are in the game. You know, you don't get to have perpetual rights to those songs. You get to have those rights for a set amount of time, and then after those rights expire, well, it's time to come back to the table and renew those rights. And I think with Rocksmith 2014, they're like, okay, let's move that to the wayside. Rocksmith Plus is what they're trying to get over right now, and they want to get people jumping on that as a monthly subscription service. I understand why they're doing that, but it looks like Rocksmith 2014 is a very valued tool. As far as learning how to play guitar, getting better at it, it looks like a pretty effective tool. Obviously, YouTube exists, that's a pretty effective tool, but Rocksmith can act as a pretty complementary tool to your guitar learning experience. Alright, moving on from that, Persona 4 Golden will be getting a limited run physical edition, and pre-orders will be opening up in just a few days on October 27th. Persona 4, obviously, one of the more iconic JRPGs, honestly, of all time. A lot of people prefer Persona 4 over over Persona 5. As far as game quality goes, both games are tremendous, and P4 getting a physical edition, much needed. I'm kind of surprised that Atlas and Sega didn't go the route of bundling Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable in some sort of collection, releasing that for like $50 physically, and I think that would have done fairly well. Nevertheless, now through limited run games, they are being released physically. The standard edition will be $34.99 on Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Obviously, outside of that, you have some beefier editions. The Golden Grimoire edition will be $70, and it includes a physical copy of Persona 4 Golden, Persona 4 Golden slipcover, Grimoire book box, a steel book, and then finally there will be a Midnight Channel edition for $200, including a physical copy of Persona 4 Golden, a lenticular Midnight Channel box, Persona 4 Golden slipcover, Grimoire book box, Persona 4 Golden the official soundtrack. You'll get the premium trading card set, used glasses and display stand, all-out attack 3D shadow box, metal teddy statue, steel book, a Persona 4 Golden ending photo, Midnight Channel pin, and individually numbered certificate of authenticity. Persona 3 Portable is also getting a physical release, and those pre-orders are open right now and will be closing on November the 12th. So jump on that as well if you're interested. Obviously, Persona 3 getting a full-on remake with Persona 3 Reload, so that game isn't as valued at this stage of the game as Persona 4 Golden is, since P4G is still like the premier version of the game, and I don't see this getting a remake or anything like that. But game is fantastic, and if you do want a physical copy, your opportunity to get one and pre-order it will be coming up on October 27th. Lastly, Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, the latest expansion for Final Fantasy XIV, the next expansion, has gotten a bunch of new details, including information on the Viper job, a Final Fantasy XI and Final Fantasy XVI crossover, and more. There are so much information that dropped on the game that I'm not going to go over everything, but just to note, the new expansion will bring in abundance of fresh content, including an increased level cap, multiple new jobs, sprawling new areas, new allied tribes, new dungeons, and new core battle content such as fates, hunts, treasure hunts, and side quests, and much more. Some of the newly announced features players can look forward to include new jobs, the Viper, a close-range fighter who uses two one-handed blades that can be combined into a single two-handed weapon, a new city, new areas, new allied tribe, new threats, new alliance raid, and a new limited job. And again, we'll have Final Fantasy XVI and Final Fantasy XI crossovers. Yoshida also revealed new details on content players can still look forward to in the 6.x series as they prepare for Dawntrail's launch. A crossover questline with Final Fantasy XVI titled The Path Infernal was revealed. You have a Fall Guys collaboration as well, and Xbox Series will finally be getting their open beta in early 2024, sometime in January or February, so that's pretty exciting. Finally, the game is being expanded to all platforms. FF14, quite possibly the best, the most popular MMO on the market today, and when you talk about games like No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk 2077, I feel like there is no greater turnaround story in the history of gaming, legitimately the history of gaming, given where you look at a decade and a, whenever Final Fantasy XIV initially came out, it's been like 11 or 12 years at this point. It's been a long time. When the original Final Fantasy XIV came out, when it was a pile of trash, then Realm Reborn revitalized the game, and then you look at where they've come since the release of Realm Reborn in 2013. I remember picking up a copy of Realm Reborn on my PS3, a physical copy of that. Yeah, they released it on the PS3, and now to see where FF14 is at, it's quite remarkable to say the least, and I don't think there's any greater turnaround given where the game was at to where it is now. It's truly remarkable. Like No Man's Sky, it's great. Cyberpunk 2077, fantastic. What they've done with those games have been tremendous. However, FF14 is a whole different ballgame, given where it was at and given that now it is a legit moneymaker for Square Enix and one of their biggest properties and one of the biggest MMOs on the market today. It is truly remarkable what has happened with this game, and I will reiterate that over and over again when we talk about this game, because I'm still somewhat in awe given how the last decade, the decade plus has turned out for FF14 as a whole. But kudos to them, kudos to the team for pulling this off as well. But that'll be doing it for me. Again, Rocksmith 2014 will be delisted from the PlayStation Store and all other digital storefronts forever starting tomorrow. This is your last opportunity to pick up the game, $19.99 on the PlayStation Store. Persona 4 Golden will be getting a limited run physical edition. a plethora of different editions going all the way up to $200. Pre-orders will be opening up on October 27th, and Final Fantasy XIV's latest expansion in Dawntrail has gotten a batch of new details. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.